Welcome to episode 4, people. Hello. Thank you for those so far who are tuning in. I've had a couple of messages saying they are enjoying the series and channel. So this is going to be your first training video on episode 4. Very excited about that because I know you don't want me talking all the time. What's the point? Just listening. I need to do some training. That's why you come on here, to find some training tips and have a go with your dog. So in today's episode we are going to be talking a little bit about focus and connection, and then I'm going to demo a little training video with my little one, so how you can get started, because what I'm planning on doing is doing little layers so you can build up from foundation and onward through the videos, so that we're not running from like there to, oh my god, how well do I work on a stop this little distance and all that. No, we're going to build in layers as well as conversations and topics and stuff on the way through. But it gives you a little journey that you can take with your dog each week, each week. So you can go on a journey, whether it's a puppy, whether it's an adolescent, whether it's a rescue you just got on, or an old dog you want to try something new, or you just want to go over a few things, refresh it, maybe want to say, oh, you know what, I need to work on that. I never thought of doing it that way. Now obviously if you're doing with younger dogs, I'd say take little and often, but this first one is really good. So let's talk about focus and connection, which are pretty much, they're very similar, okay? You know, either way it's that dog connecting with you, focusing on you, always checking where you are, what you're doing. Before they do things, they check with you. It's a natural look back or a look at you before they commit to do things, and that means that you two are working as a team, because let's face it, in Gundog that is the fundamental thing, a team. Yeah, you are a team, not one's the boss of the other. You are a team, and you need to have a strong focus with each other. You need to have a strong connection with each other. So for me it's really important, because if you haven't got connection with that dog, or any form of relation, any form of focus on you, then everything else that you're trying to attempt out there, when it comes to retrieving, hunting, distance work, whatever, it will fall apart, because the dog is not connected with you. Also with connection and how to build a strong one is what you're doing in the wider picture, grand scheme of things. What's your aim and what you're looking for the Gundog? For me personally, like with my spaniel, I wouldn't personally let it free rein all the time, let it do its own thing all the time, because that will affect that partnership, that will affect that connection, and plus it's not healthy for spaniels to go self-employed anyway. So he doesn't get like what we call a free walk every day, because it's just not good for him. He comes training with me, or if I do go out to an area that people would class as a walk, I do stuff with him. Don't get me wrong, he has the odd walk with my terriers where he can have a right blast, but we're talking about once, max twice a week, because it's not good for him going self-employed, and it will affect my connection, and it will affect my training, because what I require from is that focus on me. So what we're going to work, so why it's important is you have to look at the setup with your dog and what you're wanting to do with your dog. And also, if you are like, just even simple things, connection on a walk, you've got to think, do you let your dog have a blast and completely ignore you first and then try and ask for it? Well, it'll just learn that pattern. Yeah. So for me, it's a fundamental, it's what I teach my dogs. This connection doesn't mean just to focus on you. It's they check with you before they do things. You know, check before, let's say they're coming out the car, they check before, some might check before a retrieve. I'm not a fan of that particularly, especially when you want your dog to lock on. Check before you've come through gates, check before they go hunting, you know, that focus on you before they're hunting, connected with you while you're hunting, connected with you at a distance at hand, and there's loads of factors. But they also start to check with you before they do decisions, so watching birds go off, things going chasing, stuff like that. You know, they'll start to look back at you, do I or do I? That's connection, and I'd be rewarded them not for, because they've checked with me. And if I've got a dog that's connected with me, I've got a better chance of control, because we've got this relationship, we've got this focus with each other, we're in sync with each other. Because if I've got a dog that won't even look at me, then I've got no control. So for example, if my dog's looking out there, let's say, for Pete's sake, like there's something he wants to chase or recall, I think. But if I've got a dog that's constantly checking in with me or focusing on me, I've got a better chance of calling that dog off that situation before he even commits to it. It's with anything. So it's fundamental. It's so fundamental. And it makes, when you work on that connection, you play different games to really increase that connection, that focus, constantly paying for check-ins in the early stages. They will really drive and orientate you and make better decisions and work with you as a team, and everything else come into your training, because it also shows where your dog's headspace at, if they can focus on you. Like if I was going out in different environments, if that dog can't connect with me and the head's out there looking at other things, then they're probably not going to work with me. Or probably, if I let that lead off, they'll go. Where I want that dog to focus, listening to me, connecting with me, if they can't look at me, like I said, that's why you're building the layers with your training. So you're building these layers and different environments, building them up again, like I always bang on about, changing your reward system, because there's different ways you can build on connection. It's not just this one game I'm going to teach you today. You can do it with toys, you can do it you can do it with so much, because actually connection comes even more as your relationship and your training journey develops. It will become stronger anyway. My old boy Barry, what really connected me and him was the hunting together. Ooh, that made us like our partnership, because that's what it is fundamentally when it comes to Gundog. You're a partnership, you have to be, because not one can do the job by itself. Because if you have got a dog that's going away with doing it all by itself, it's not doing it properly, and it's not doing it with you. It should be all about a team, and that's connection as well. So what you're going to see is, after this, you're going to see me a video talking through how I train it and how I teach it. If you have any questions about working on focus or anything you struggle with, send me a message, put a comment down the bottom, I'll happily chat with you. But this is how I like to do it. I see a lot of people doing it with putting a treat to the eye or putting dummies up or that. That's, no offence guys, but that to me is bullshit, right? That's not how I do it, because what you're doing is, that's becoming the cue for looking at you, and you can't be doing that everywhere or putting a dummy in that. You need to work in an environment where the dog's got a chance to be able to learn it first, and then what's the reward for doing it, and then they start driving and doing it more. All right, so keep a lookout. Keep a lookout. So the next video, well, not expecting, the next clip after this is going to be me teaching the exercise. So I hope you enjoy it. It's the first one you can get started with. Give me feedback on it. Give me how you've been enjoying it. Where have you been doing it? Let me know. All stuff like that. Because it suits all dogs. And then it'll help for when I'm transitioning to other. You'll see how it all molds together. All right. So enjoy this clip. Good to see you all. So the connection size. Right. I'm going to have a little game with Sid. And this is a nice way to bring in the connection. So what I'm looking for is him to focus on me. When he does, I'm going to mark it or click it and then follow with a reward. Whether he catches it, whether I throw it to the side, anything like that, okay? So have some fun with it. It doesn't have to be stagnant. Oh, he looks at me play, he looks at me play. Have fun with it. Go with it. Play with them, okay? Because we're building in that value of that focus on you, all right? Which is important, okay? So what I will do now, because he's starting to look at me, as soon as he looks at me, so wait, pick out environment. This is my training field, don't forget, okay? So he's used to being in here, but it's still distracting. So I've got fairly tasty rewards. I've got some duck pate. Start in your kitchen, start somewhere neutral, okay? Don't go and expect it to go out. You can do this out and about once you've learnt it in the neutral areas, not so distracting, okay? And you can work your way up. I like this exercise, sees where the dog's head's at, sees how they're working. Are they tired? Are they ready? Are they busy? Are they focused? Are they unfocused? Is the environment too much? Like I said already previously before this clip. So all I'm looking for is him to look at me. As soon as he does, I'm going to mark it and then reward him. Yes. Now he knows this well. I wouldn't suggest having the food here. Okay, I want him to look at me. Yes, good boy. If you have a dog that you feel, if you do have it in your hands, put it behind your back. Leave it in your pocket, just wait. Because once you've marked something, they know they've got it right, all right? Yes, good boy. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Yes. 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 Good boy, Siddy. Yes. Yes, good lad. That's what I'm looking for. Sitting calm. Yes, good lads. Yes, good lad. Yes, good boy. Yeah. Good lads. So that's what you're looking for. That focus on you, that engagement. Okay, that little bit of connection. You see me, as soon as he looks at me, pay it. You can throw it, you can have it for catching it, but it's that connection, working to you as a team. And this is all I want you to work on, okay? To start it off in least distracting environments, build around, change your rewards with it, and I will try and show some other videos of me doing it with different rewards. So they're checking tug, or they're checking ball play. Whatever your dog is motivated, find it, build on it. And I like that exercise, like I said, before I start training, to see where their head's at. So that is episode 4. Really please enjoy me. Hope you like your first video. Looking forward to hear you guys practicing on your connection out and about. Thank you again, everyone. See you later. Bye.